was ECOA?
So like in terms of, I'm not sure if I understand your question, sorry.
In terms of sales, you said when you left the company was probably $500 million sales.
Right. Okay, so ECOA was their largest in revenue and in margin. So their margin for ECOA generally was around 55 to 64%. And so it contributed most to the bottom line. So cardiac safety was underperforming in terms of comparisons to ECOA, right? So ECOA was probably 50% of total of that 500 million, and cardiac safety filled that in. I did want to tell you about ECOA and cardiac safety is that the margins, if we're just talking like strict margins, ECOA had the highest margins, then respiratory, then cardiac safety. Obviously, cardiac safety made its money off of volume, right?
Cardiac safety would be a pure volume business, so we'd assume a gross margin of like in the likes of 50%, then you do your business on volume. Respiratory, I would assume you have this device provisioning, which is lower margin anyway.
Yep.
And then ECOA, we all know the benefits of ECOA and the fact that prices have held up quite well, right?
Yes.
Does it make sense for you for them to enter a crowded space like the central imaging reading?
Yeah, so the imaging acquisition happened right as I was leaving, but the imaging acquisition I think was driven just to be able to give a complete package. So there was some pressure from BioClinica. Some people from ERT left ERT to go to BioClinica, and they obviously can. I mean, they're a huge imaging provider, right? So some cardiac safety customers were asking for imaging as well, and so I think imaging was just an acquisition to fill a little hole in the ERT portfolio. Because they believe so much in that cross-sell, right? They don't want to sell one product line. They want to sell more than one.
And so, imaging in terms of sales cycle and level of commoditization, would you think it's similar to cardiac safety or more?
Absolutely, yes. No, absolutely.
And in terms of when it starts, and then how it's sold, it's probably, can you differentiate in imaging by saying I have the best, readers of brain, MRI? I'm just speculating, but, is there saying, okay, basic scans, everybody can read it, so no differentiation, but there are more niche stuff around cancer imaging or whatever? Is that something you can differentiate, and is that the route they are taking, or are they just, as you say, geared to fill the hole they had in their portfolio and just bundling up imaging with cardiac safety?
Yeah, I think they're bundling imaging with cardiac safety, and I think they're saying the same thing they're saying with cardiac and a little bit in respiratory, which is, we have overreads, we have algorithms that are going to look to see if there's any risk in your data, and then we have humans who are spot checking, to make sure that what's coming back makes sense. And really, they're sort of running their imaging value proposition is just speed. How quickly can you get your results back?
And here they would be way smaller than a BioClinica or than an IQVIA in the space or a Parexel.
Oh, definitely, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So I also want to tell you, this is probably a good time, that the acquisition of eClinical Insights, which happened, 2014 or 2015, that was small. It didn't make a big splash in the market. eClinical Insights is a really small company. They were only doing about $1 million in business when they were acquired. But ERT took that eClinical Insights philosophy and put it across all of their product lines. So that is something they're leading with in their bid defense meetings. They're saying, hey, look, We